Hey everyone, I'm Ihsan. In this video, we will unbox and share initial impressions of the Samsung Galaxy A25 5G. The Samsung Galaxy A25 5G is the latest Samsung smartphone that was just released in early 2024. This smartphone comes with a new design and features that are quite interesting. The Samsung Galaxy A25 5G that we are unboxing in this video is the variant with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. In addition to the 128GB variant for the Samsung A25 5G, there is also a 256GB variant. The sales package for the Samsung A25 5G is slightly different from the A15 series, which we unboxed in the previous video. In the Samsung A25 5G series, we don't get a 25W charger directly in the purchase package. So, in the box, you will only get a USB Type-C to Type-C cable, manual book, and also a SIM card tray ejector tool. Then, in the box, of course, we also get a Samsung A25 5G, which is now covered in a paper cover that looks exactly the same as the Samsung A15 series. So, you can be sure that the previous cover material, which still used plastic material, has now been replaced with paper material in the latest series of the Samsung smartphone starting in 2024. Next, the back cover for the blue color variant looks unique because there is a motif here, making the back cover look like it has texture. Even though, when touched directly, it turns out that the finishing is glossy, and there is no texture at all. For the back cover, because the finishing is glossy, fingerprints will certainly stick to the back cover very easily. However, with the texture motif on the back cover, it can help reduce visible fingerprints. The back cover material used on the Samsung A25 5G also still use polycarbonate plastic. Then when you look at the edge frame on the Samsung A25 5G, the shape looks quite unique because it comes with a more boxy design. The design looks exactly the same as on the Samsung A15 series. The frame at the edges looks more boxy, and here there is also a slightly raised part at the power and volume buttons. For our initial impressions, this new design looks good and attractive, and the feeling in the hand when held is also quite good and doesn't feel too slippery. Here, even though the frame material used on the Samsung A25 still use plastic, the plastic appearance doesn't really look like plastic and looks more premium than the Samsung A15 frame. Then, the Samsung A25 uses a USB Type-C port at the bottom. And of course, there is also a 3.5mm audio jack port. Apart from that, underneath there is also a microphone hole and also a speaker, which comes with a stereo sound. Then at the top, there is only a microphone hole. And on the right, there is a volume button and a power button, which are also integrated directly with the fingerprint sensor. Then, the SIM card tray position is on the top left of the smartphone, and the Samsung A25 5G also support dual nano SIM hybrid, so there is no dedicated microSD card slot on the smartphone, and you can only share a microSD card with SIM 2. When you first turn on the smartphone, the Samsung A25 5G UI also immediately comes with the latest One UI 6. So you will get the latest One UI 6 based on Android 14 straight from the box. And what's also interesting in the A25 5G, it is also guaranteed to get Android updates for the next 4 years. And the security patch is guaranteed to get updates for the next 5 years. Then, the screen on the A25 5G uses a 6.5-inch Super AMOLED screen with Full HD Plus resolution. The refresh rate is also very smooth 120Hz refresh rate. The brightness is also quite bright and can reach a maximum of 1000 nits. Then the screen design used for the front camera is the Infinity U, with the bezel size that is still quite thick, especially at the bottom. When we compare the size of the bezel with the A15 series previously, the Samsung A15 looks exactly the same size with the Samsung A25, and there is no difference in bezel size with the Samsung A15. Then for performance, the smartphone comes with an Exynos 1280 chipset with 5nm fabrication, and when we tested the AnTuTu benchmark, the score reached up to 474,000. Then, the sensors available on the smartphone are quite complete. The A25 series 5G already has an accelerometer sensor, light sensor, orientation sensor, then proximity, gyroscope, sound sensor, and magnetic sensors are also available. Apart from that, fingerprint sensor is also available integrated with the power button. Next, for the connectivity features in the A25 5G series, of course, it comes with the NFC feature. For Bluetooth, it also uses the latest version, Bluetooth 5.3. And the Samsung A25 variant is slightly different from the A15, which has 4G and 5G variants. For the Samsung A25 series, there is only a 5G variant available so far. Then, the battery capacity in the Samsung A25 5G series uses a 5000 mAh battery, and the charger also supports 25W fast charging in this series. Although, unfortunately, you don't get the charger directly in the purchase package for the Samsung A25 5G variant. Then, the rear camera on this smartphone uses a main camera with a resolution of 50 megapixel, and the ultrawide lens comes with a resolution of 8 megapixel, and the third lens is a 2 megapixel macro lens on this smartphone. For maximum video recording resolution, you can record up to 4K 30fps resolution, or at Full HD 60 fps. Meanwhile, the resolution on the front camera is 13 megapixel, and for video recording on the front camera, you can only record at a maximum of Full HD 30 fps. Then, for the camera features available in the default camera application on the smartphone, on the far left option, there are Fun, Portrait, Photo, and Video mode. Then in the More menu, you can get quite complete features. Here there are Pro mode, Pro Video, Single Take, and Night mode. Then there are Food, Panorama, Macro, Super Slow-mo, Slow Motion, and also Hyperlapse. Then inside the AR zone section is also quite complete and comes with the AR Emoji Studio, AR Emoji Camera. Then there are also AR Emoji stickers as well as AR Doodle and Deco Pic. Then for the camera quality, the photos here are quite good and detailed. The ultra-wide photos are also more detailed and the results are better than the Samsung A15. The video quality with the main camera is also quite good, and because this series already comes with optical image stabilization or OIS, the video recording is more stable and less shaky if you record while walking. And the OIS feature can also help the photo quality to be more stable and not get blurry easily. For ultra-wide video quality, although it is not as good as the main camera, but the details are already quite good, especially if you compare it with the video quality of the ultra-wide lens camera from the Samsung A15, which is only 5 megapixel. So in conclusion, the Samsung A25 5G comes with several interesting advantages, such as Super AMOLED screen with a high refresh rate of 120Hz, which is very smooth, and its performance is also very good in its class. Then for this series, there is also an NFC feature, and the software updates are also guaranteed for up to 4 years. The camera quality is also quite good for photos and videos, especially with the main camera. The ultrawide camera on A25 5G also has better details than the Samsung A15. The video recording results are also quite stable, because there is already OIS in this series. The only drawback in this series that we find is the size of the front screen bezel, which is still quite thick. So if you don't really care about the size of the thick bezel on the front display, for other things, it is quite positive and good enough in various aspects for the Samsung A25 5G. Hopefully useful. See you in the next video.